Check 1, 2. Check, check. Hello, Switzerland. Hello, Antonio. Hello, Ian Scott Johnson in the house. Hello, Benjamin. Sorry, took me a while. Had to figure out my microphone. I assume you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Give me a 5x5 on the audio. Is it echoey? Five by five? Yep. Yep. I am in like a very quite echoey room, and I'm using my old school Samsung Go mic. Look at that. I've had that for a long time. This lives in my laptop my laptop bag. So when I'm out on the road, it's a reasonable little mic for like shooting the amp hour or doing any other thing like this. I have to use it. There's something wrong with this laptop. Internal mic doesn't work at all. Then again, the internal mic's pretty shitty. So there's a little reverb. Okay, I thought there might be. Let me do this. Let me know if this makes a difference. Check, check, check. I'm about to do it now. Echo cancellation. On. Check, check, check. Is it better with the echo cancellation on? I wonder. Will the magic happen? Yeah, I know. It sucks when, because the front, of course. So, I did do a tear down on this once. It's louder, much better. Better. It's louder. Okay. A bit better, yes. All right. Oh, actually, this does have different patterns. This has cardioid. Sorry, which pattern am I on? I'm on Omni. How's that? I think that's cardioid pattern. Is that better? This is now cardioid. Oh, don't touch it. This is now cardioid pattern. Is that better? In which case, I'll turn off the echo canceller. Much better. Okay, there you go. Yeah, even better. Okay, great. Okay, I won't touch it anymore. All right. Yeah, it has a little button, has a little slide button. There's 3 positions actually. Let's see it. There you go. The top one's cardioid, and the middle one, I assume the other one's Omni. Don't know what I forget what the middle one is. Oh, that's minus 10 dB pad. Oh, okay. Right, yeah, that's why it's louder. Okay, it was on a 10 dB pad. Okay, so that's cardioid with 10 dB pad. This is just cardioid. Yes, I have Kamagatsa. I am home resting. I should be lying down, but yeah, I've Kamagatsa. I injured myself last night at the gym. I can walk. Laughing too much hurts. I can walk when I get going, when I'm all warmed up. But yeah, I have trouble getting out of a chair. Yep. So, not good. Not good. Right after this, I will go check my physio availability. Should have done that last night. But I waited till see if it was better today. I went to my massage therapist today. I'm not sure if that'll help until tomorrow, but yeah, I'm injured. I've Kamagatsa completely. Yeah, overdid it at the gym again, and I've Kamagatsa, and yeah, don't ask me to stand up from the chair. It's just a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound. Oh, the blue Yetis, they were all the rage. The blue Yetis. I still know people who run a couple of blue Yetis. I never had a blue Yeti, so I can't. Yeah, thank you. I will get well. Chiropractor, woo-woo doctor. I only discovered this, like, it was probably 5 years ago now, but I can't believe I got through this much in my life, it seems to be lower back. It seems to be lower back, connected with the abs. Yeah, it's not good. I can actually walk. So yeah, I was saying once I can actually walk really good. I actually walked to the physio today, no problems whatsoever. So once I get up, and I do a few hip rotation stuffs, and I do some other stuff, then I can walk pretty fine. I reckon I could walk 10, 15 Ks. As long, just don't ask me to bend over. Like if I try and, the reason I came home is because I couldn't do anything at work because I'm trying to shoot a video and it requires me standing at the bench and like leaning over the bench and doing stuff and plugging things. I can't. I'll get a spasm thing and it'll lock up and yeah, no. It's not good. Sitting down is okay, but then when I sit down for a long time, I try and get up. It's not pretty. So anyway, yeah, it took me, I can't believe it took me so long. Getting old sucks. It's not so much getting old. I always do constant injuries at the gym. But they do take, the older you get, the longer they take to heal. That's all. That's the only difference. I used to get a lot more injuries actually back in the day when I was younger. When I was a boy, I used to get lots of shoulder injuries and stuff. I can't remember the last time I had a shoulder injury. Geez, now it's all sort of like lower back because I've got really tight. I'm literally a tight ass. I've got an imbalance in my muscular structure. So yeah, it's not good. So I'm going to have to build up some more core stuff. So Nurofen is your go-to drug. I did take a Nurofen. I'm pretty desperate when I have to take, like the wife convinced, take a bloody Nurofen, stop complaining. So I took a ibuprofen, which is a generic Nurofen, isn't it? Do an MRI and follow doctor's advice. First time I recovered fast. Second time 2 years ago started. Yeah, maybe I should go see the doctor. Actually, this is the second time I've had this same thing, really. So there's something that, yeah. Anyway, I finished my class. No worries, wasn't going to give up. Yeah, I injured myself, Don. Magnesium citrate helps, not the other magnesium. Darn, I've got the other magnesium. I don't know if I have magnesium citrate. I will look into it. Magnesium citrate, huh? Magnesium doesn't work on me, although I do take a magnesium supplement daily. Magnesium citrate. They're all branded. Oh, Swiss is a magnesium. No, that's an Ultra Boost. Magnesium citrate. Oral. I like oral. Unknown preparation with citric acid. Preparation in salt form. Oh, is that all it is? Is that all magnesium citrate is? It's magnesium and citric acid. That seems to, yeah, that's all it is. Contains 11% magnesium by weight. 1-to-1 ratio. Right. I don't know. Yeah, magnesium doesn't help that much when the spasms are caused by an injured muscle. Yeah, anyway, I was mentioning the chiropractor thing. You've felt better ever since. Yeah, I can't believe that up until maybe it was a bit longer than 5 years ago, but I never realized that chiropractors are woo-woo doctors. Chiropractor is an alternative medicine. I actually never knew that. I just have thought, because I haven't been to a chiropractor. I just thought, for most of my adult life, I thought a chiropractor was a legit doctor who specialized in backs. They aren't. chiropractor is actually deemed alternative medicine and woo-woo, and they reckon that, and some of them are more woo-woo than others, like a pure, I think I've got this right, but like a totally legit chiropractor, one who takes the takes the art of chiropractic seriously, is like everything stems from the back and everything can be fixed from the back, and it's like, it's very woo-woo. That's not to mean that they can't get real results by manipulating your spine and stuff. I'm sure they can, but it is deemed not a legitimate medical science. So yeah, maybe there's like variations in there, that some are more legit than others. When you go to a chiro, you can tell it's a bit woo-woo. Okay, right. See, I've never been to a chiro. My wife's been to chiro, and because she's got spinal issues. So yeah, she reckons that they do good work for her, and it makes a difference. Magnesium citrate, potential side effects, sleepiness might be one of the features born in the body. Okay. Right, so citric acid. Well, we've got magnesium here. Maybe I'll try the citric acid as well. Don't know if we've got it. I don't think we have citric acid. I don't know. You had some chiro success until he went off the rails during the pandemic. You never went back. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. They can also snap your neck quite easy. Yeah, I look at some of the stuff they do and I go, no way I'm letting someone manipulate me like that. Like, holy crap. One of these guys, a chiropractor dude, I assume he's a chiropractor spine dude, keeps popping up all my time in the bloody YouTube Shorts algorithm. He's popping up all the time, and he does clickbait. It's like he'll show like a thumbnail of some hot chick, right, which is what gets me in, right, and it sucks me in. And this kind of, it's amazing what her legs did this, and they show some really fit, hot looking chick with these nice legs or whatever, and then it's to do with chiropractic and like all sorts of shit keeps showing up. It's really annoying. Oh, really? Insurance doesn't want to cover chiropractic. That's interesting. I don't know what insurance is like here, whether or not it'd be covered under Medicare here. I don't know. I've never had to go to a chiropractor. Oh yeah, no, I'd have to be extremely desperate to have back surgery. No, like I'm okay. I just can't, I just need to take it easy for a bit. That's all. So I've cancelled all my gym classes for the rest of the week because I just can't. I can go for walks. Walks are fine. As long once I get going, there's no problem whatsoever. But yeah, I just can't bend over and do stuff. It's funny because last night I had two new AERL packs actually delivered. Peter delivered two more packs, and they're 50 kilos a pop, and we had to move them. And I came home last night, and she says the batteries are turned up. Peter just dropped off the batteries while I was at the gym, actually, coincidentally. And she took one look at me, and she went, "You're not going to be able to move them, are you?" And I went, "No." So I went out to the garage, and we had to move them. And these two giant batteries, 50 kilos each, and I couldn't. I tried to move them, and I just couldn't. I can't do anything. So she had to move them. Yes, Mrs. V Vlog, 5'1" all 5'1" of her, and 48 kilos soaking wet. Had to move the 50 kilo EcoFlow battery, not EcoFlow, AERL. Yes. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way I'd have to be so desperate to have back surgery. No. It's all right. I've had this before. I'll get over it. It's all right. Yes, I'm streaming on EV Blog too, for those wondering about the comments. Yes, I'm actually streaming to X, to Facebook, and EV Blog 2. 384 peeps. Nice. Hang on. We have someone who's trying to psychologize all this. Physical injuries. There's a correlation with psychology. Example, back pain equals not enough either emotional or social support. Oh, bullshit, dude. Think outside the box. Okay, I don't have any lower back and pain at all. Sure, dude. I jinxed it because I was just boasting the night before at the gym to one of my friends at the gym. You know, because I'm always getting some little niggly injury here or there. And I was just bragging that, I feel awesome. I have no injuries. I'm just like, I'm awesome. And then, boop. So yeah, it wasn't good because I was doing something different to what I normally do. That's all. Yes. There is the. I don't know when it's coming up. I think it's September, October, something like that. There's the one up the coast again. What's the name? I keep forgetting the name of it. I always have a mental block on its name. Raw Challenge. I think it's Raw Challenge. So yeah, I enjoyed that last year. Oh well, no, it was actually this year. It was in like March or something. They hold it twice a year, and it's on again. So yes, I will be going. Absolutely, I will recover for that. No workers. Yeah, dry needling is repackaged acupuncture. It's bullshit, Ian. I'm sorry, but anything you got out of that, I reckon it's complete woo-woo. Yes, I have had it done. My physio is a dry needling, a dry needling expert or whatever. And I said, no, it's bullshit. Like when I went for another injury a couple of years ago, just trust me, let me try it and see if it makes it. Trust me, it'll make a difference. She tries it, no freaking difference whatsoever. It's absolute bullshit. It's just repackaged acupuncture. It's just a new name for acupuncture. No, it's all bullshit. There's subtle differences in it, but it's just woo woo. It's woo woo. Sorry to tell you, Ian, but yeah, that is woo woo. So it's going to be more psychological than anything else. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. No, I'm absolutely sure that there are some very good chiros out there who could fix your back problems. Because really, like, who else is there? Like, if you've got like a back problem, you right first go and see your local doctor, and then who are they going to refer you to? There's spinal surgeons and stuff, but like, is there another name for like an actual medical back specialist apart from a chiropractor? I don't, as far as I'm aware, there's not. So, yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. I haven't, it's. I'll be good in a bit. I'll just take it easy. You have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Chiros kill for us. What does that mean? That means they're really good? They're really effective for you? I'm sure they are very effective, but you have to understand that there's a lot of woo-woo behind it. But, yeah, so... yeah, a chiropractor makes sense mechanically. Whether or not it works, that's another thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's... I know a lot of people, including my wife, who goes to a chiro, and it actually works for her. But yeah, just understand. Have to fix your internet. What's wrong with my internet? No, it's the camera. There's nothing wrong with my internet. It's the shitty little webcam. Got a tiny little webcam in this thing. Like, I could get my other webcam out if people are that desperate. Hang on, got to bend over. I'm good. Is there a... No. No, my webcam's gone. What? No, sorry. No, you're stuck with potato vision. Stuck Stuck with potato vision. It is not my internet. It is the built-in webcam. There's not enough light. If there was more light, the built-in webcam would probably work okay. Broke your back. Ouch. Chiro and yoga gave me a very active life of martial arts, gymnastics, triathlon, and tree surgery. Tree surgery? Cool. Good to hear. Dances with Aardvark. No caving for a while. I don't go caving. I go canyoning. Different. Yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with it. It's simply the camera. When the light drops, that's hence all the noise you can see. The noise is the giveaway. Frame rate's not bad, at least on my end. But yeah, it's a very noisy camera. So oops. All right. Was I breakdancing? Oh boy. Yep. As an Australian, I'm embarrassed. Oh, you work at Tallies, Dave. There's a lot of people who've worked at Tallies for 20 years. Oh, you're also a Spartan racer. Yeah, I haven't done Spartan. When was the last Spartan? Hang on. Excuse me. I'll just move the mic. Might sound a bit different. Obstacle race in Australia. I haven't looked at the calendar for a while because I've had obstacle race in Australia. Oh, they've changed it, have they? I haven't been on here for a while. Become a ninja member. No. Become a what? No. No, just give me the calendar. Oh, that really blows. Obstacle race calendar Australia. There you go. What's coming up? Yeah, I haven't been to Spartan one. I think Spartan are discontinued in New South Wales, aren't they? Or even in Australia, aren't they? Because I haven't seen a Spartan for quite a few years. So, Raw Challenge is 26th of October. That's up at Doyleson, yeah. So I'll definitely be at that one. So, yep. And sorry, I could share this with you, but I should. I could. Coulda, shoulda. Coulda, shoulda. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's no Spartans. There's X-Race. 29th of September, X-Race, Newington Armory. Okay. What's the Paladin Fitness Race Challenge? Queensland, nope, that's no good. X-Race Sydney. Oh yes, I've been in X. Yeah, I haven't done X-Race for quite a few years. I've got an old X-Race shirt. Yeah, that one's good for the kids. Yes, we did the. That's right. The X-Race is the kids one. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks for reminding me. 29th of September. Yep. I'll go there with the kids. Awesome. X-Race. I'll get a YouTuber chiropractor collab. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Got any advice on a mid-price webcam? I was going to get one to Zoom. Isn't the 920 or the 930 still the go? Solid webcam. How do you adjust the vertical height on your Hameg 205 other than the front cowl knobs? Usually there's an internal adjustment for that, but you'd need the service manual unless you can open it up and have a look for a couple of trimmers on the high voltage board. I think you should be able to tweak that. Otherwise, you can pull the yoke back. You can pull the yoke back. Just pull it back a bit, and you'll get a larger image. Yeah. That 84 watts on the genset is for charging the generator's battery. Yeah, but there's no generator to charge, right? Somebody said it's what's required to keep possibly the inverter running. But where's the 84 watts going? If it's going into the Hoymiles inverter, it's going to get pretty hot. I don't understand. Maybe I can. Yeah, I don't know if it's a fake measurement or if it's an actual real measurement or where that's coming from. But somebody said, yeah, possibly that's like the standby consumption to keep the inverter grid going, and I might be able to switch it off with Home Assistant, which allows you to switch things off and on, like with timers and stuff like that, because I don't have Home Assistant yet. All I've got Solar Assistant, and apparently Solar Assistant talks to Home Assistant, but for Home Assistant I need a bloody dedicated PC setup or a Raspberry Pi or whatever running Home Assistant. So I'm going to bloody mold, and I have to get another Solar Assistant to run to apparently connect to my Enphase, because apparently I can do that. I haven't confirmed it, but apparently Solar Assistant will talk through the API to the Enphase. So apparently then I can set them up and they'll both know, and I can set them up as inverter 1 and inverter 2, and then I can get the combined total. That'll be really cool. But I think I have to ask on an Enphase or on the Solar Assistant forum or whatever if that will work first. So that'll be cool. So I could end up with like 3 Raspberry Pis if I ran Home Assistant as well. It just gets ridiculous, you know. I've got such a cobbled together bloody system. It's ridiculous. Did I hear about the Korean EV fires? No, I did not. We do get a major issue in the electronics industry with yes, which is why a lot of cars are moving over to lithium iron phosphate now rather than the lithium ions. I know they're both lithium ion. You know what I mean. I should go, what? Neuropilot, is that a YouTuber, is it? I could become the thumbnail clickbait. Amazing results. Yeah, no, I don't think it's an injury. Chiro is not going to fix an injury. Chiro is going to fix, other issues. But no, if I've got injured muscular system, I don't think the Chiro is going to be able to do anything. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some scopes have the vertical height on the rear. Yeah, that's right. I've seen, the old school analogs with the V adjust and H adjust on the back. That's right. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, yes, they do. Yep. Make sure you, stick the insulated thing through. Oh, that's probably okay because it's got a plastic turny on the trim pipe, little carbon trimmer in there. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Totally forgot. Yes. Yeah, I would see on the back if it's got 2 holes on the back. One's probably vertical and one's probably horizontal, even if they're not labeled. Yeah. Yes, it's so complicated. Why not ditch the Enphase and connect all the panels to the DI? I would have had to buy a much bigger and more expensive DI. The Enphase was already in place. It was already in place. The Enphase system is there, already connected, all set up. I'm not going to ditch that thing, and then I wouldn't I wouldn't have enough channels. I'd have to get like a 4-channel DI or whatever to actually do that. I think they do have one, but no. It was already all there, and I like having a backup. And essentially, I've got a backup system. If the DI falls over, my end phase still works. So yeah, right, and vice versa. If the end phase fails, the DI system still works. Although I am with the battery, because it's not an AC storage battery. It's not an AC side storage battery. It is tied to the operation of my DI. So if my DI fails, my battery fails too. But yeah, but still, no, I'm not gonna abandon all that. I've gone through this. I actually did a spreadsheet of the costs. It actually costs a lot more. It was cheaper to put the end phase back. It was just cheaper because it was all there. It's all wired up. It's all it's all raring to go. I actually did a big spreadsheet. I think I even shared it on the forum thread somewhere. In that, yeah. So I did there were 4 different options I could have gone for. I could have scrapped both systems and installed a whole totally new system. I could have gone completely end phase, or I could have gone completely DI or some other inverter. But I would need a 4-channel inverter for that because I've just got too many panels because the open circuit voltage is going to be too high, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not as easy as you think. It's not as trivial of a decision as you think it might be. So yes, yeah, the C920 has been the standard for like a decade. I've got C920s and C930s. C930 is not much better. So yeah, just an old C920 is fine. It does decently. It's still a webcam. It's got macro focus hunting issues. It will focus up close, but it's a bit touchy. So yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, your yoke has slipped, Baxter. Yeah. Yes, the waveform is too big, even when the cowl knobs are turned all the way down. Okay. Right. So you've already adjusted the vertical cowl knob. Yeah. Your yoke is shifted. There's a little. There'll be like a band over it that tightens it up on the tube. Don't over tighten it. Oh, you'll snap the neck of your tube. Yeah, but there'll be a little band around it, usually a metal band with a little grub screw, and if you undo that, you'll be able to shift your yoke back and forth. So it may have moved. It can move due to shipping, and other things. I self-host with Proxmox. See, I've got no idea what Proxmox is, right? And I don't want a dumpster PC at home. Dumpster, like they're pretty big, even the small form factor ones, right? Home assistants. Well, everyone told me to use Solar Assistant, right? So I don't know. Are they the same? Are they done by the same company? I don't know. And then everyone's crapping on about Home Assistant now, right? I don't know. Does Home Assistant do exactly what Solar Assistant does, or is Solar Assistant a spin-off from Home Assistant, or is it one part of Home Assistant? I don't know. But when I bought the DI, every DI owner told me to use Solar Assistant. So I used Solar Assistant, put it on the Raspberry Pi. Beauty, I like it. And now everyone's telling me to use bloody Home Assistant. Anyway, yeah, I think Home Assistant's a higher level thing that can control your bloody lights and your roller doors and bullshit like that. Smart home rubbish. I don't know. Anyway. Can somebody confirm in the chat if you know about this stuff? Can Home Assistant completely replace Solar Assistant and give me exactly what Solar Assistant's doing right now? Yes or no? I wanted to get into PLCs a while back. What is your view on ESP32? They're totally different beasts. Totally different beasts. People People don't realize how many PLCs are still operating out there, and they're still a thing. There's a huge market. In fact, it might be smarter from a jobs point of view if you're, a student or something and you want to get into, if you want, there can be some big bucks in PLC programming, in industrial equipment, lifts and other, things that need to be more robust than dicking around with freaking C code on an ESP32 or an Arduino or Raspberry Pi bullshit. You don't get those controlling lifts and stuff like that. You don't get them controlling in industrial machinery, automated machinery and stuff like that. They're still all PLCs. They're still all Allen Bradley PLCs, or whatever the latest brand is these days. I used to use Allen Bradley, who were the Duck Scuts, of course, who were the Xerox of PLCs back in the day. Ladder Logic, that's where it's at. It's where the big bucks is at. Yeah, because it's not glamorous, right? And which means there's few people take it up. And which means that you could, I think I tweeted this like a couple of weeks back. Somebody, I don't know, it found its way on my timeline, and somebody said, if you can figure out how all this, it was like switchboard automation stuff, if you can figure out how this works, you're rolling in the money. Recommended. So yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I'm missing comments. Yeah, I don't want to dick around with my solar system. Like, it's fun occasionally, but like with my previous solar setups, once they were set up and they were, all the tweaks were ironed out, I never really looked at the data. I really didn't care. Just very occasionally, I might do a 5-year payback period, and I might go and gather all the data and everything. I don't, it's kind of fun, but the novelty wears off. And yeah, so, but I did this because it was the cheapest solution and the most flexible. It was cheapest and most flexible system to go. And I don't necessarily like string systems. I don't like the high voltage string systems. I really like the N-phase system. It's just bloody expensive. I would go, if money was no object, I'd just go all N-phase. I'd just go all N-phase, and I'd probably have N-phase batteries and everything else, right? Yeah, but they're just crazy expensive. And yep, anyway. See, I don't know what Docker is. Chris Gamble talks about this on the Amp Hour. Like, I got no idea. It works in a Docker container. What the hell's a Docker container? People hate Raspberry Pi for SD card phase and recommend SSD hats or moving to a tiny Intel-based thin client. Okay, right, yeah. That B-Link company, that B-Link company who I just did, like, they sent it into the mailbag, that AMD Ryzen 9 PC. They sent that into the mailbag, and I included in the last mailbag. They were very happy with my review in the mailbag. So, and they just wanted to send me another one. It's practically an identical one. It's not the same model, but it looks identical, and it's got the Intel processor. And I'm going, well, it looks almost identical. What am I going to, like, should I just take it and include it in the next mailbag and just get a free, it's an Intel 12,450 or something, 12,450 or something. Should I just take them? Yes or no? Should I just go, yeah, send it to me and I'll include it in the next mailbag and I get another free little form factor PC? Yes or no? Yes or no? Snap poll. Should I milk B-Link for another review? Not that I milked them last time. They just sent it in. Do it? Yes. Yes, go for it. No. One Aussie says no. It's like, if I tear it down, I think it's going to be near identical. Everyone says yes. Everyone wants me to get the free little PC so I can that'd be good, like to run at home because they're like relatively low power and they're small. I can mount it on the wall or whatever, and get a little 3D printer bracket and mount on the wall and stuff. They just want exposure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, really? Really? You've seen them send to companies with channels with less than 1K subs, Wizard. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they want exposure. Yeah, they're very keen to send me another one. I sent them an email reply saying, I don't know, I don't think so, because it looks the same. And they're going, but it's got an Intel processor in it. It's totally different to the AMD one. If it's free, then by law I have to take it. Yes, it is free. They'll just send it into the mailbag again, and I'll just have a 5-minute segment on it in the last second suck of the sav in the mail. Why not? You'll sit on the fence, Robert. Yes, use it for your home assistant and then have a single system run your home and solar. Everyone wants me to get it. Sean wants me to get it. Get 2, then raffle the second one off. Yeah, PCB way. They flood everyone, Kerry. Yeah. Yep. They'll throw money at every tin pot YouTuber. Not that you're a tin pot YouTuber, but if you've got a couple hundred subs, PCB way, we'll send you an email. Them and JLC PCB work by flooding the market, by absolutely flooding it. They will offer it to everyone. There's nothing wrong with that. Smart business on their part. That's why they're both the biggest, I guess. It's because everyone knows them just through sheer momentum of the brand. It's just crazy. And they have great websites and service and everything else, blah blah, right, and prices and all the rest of it. That's great, but but they're the main two that really dominate because of just the sheer name recognition. Milk the cow, says Addy. More e-waste. No, I can use them. All right. I'll get B-Link to send me another one of those PCs, but it's a different model, but it looks identical. It's got all the ports are the same and everything, and you have a look at the internal photos, look the same, but it's got an Intel processor. All right, I'll contact them and get them to send me. What's today's topic? Today's topic is freebies that us YouTubers get. Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, the companies that send stuff into the mailbag. Yeah, I do. I am liking these mini PCs. I really, especially the ones with the built-in mains adapter. I think that's amazing. I think they're really good. I know the Intel NUC started it, but that was an external power supply. And these ones have bloody 80-watt power supplies built into them. They're amazing little beasts. If you only need a couple of, my one, the one that I just got from B-Link has 2 screens, so it's not like I can replace a 3-screen system or something like that. But for a 2-screen system, they'll run 2 4K screens, and they're more than fast enough to do high-end video editing on and stuff. Yes, the Intel N100 was the first, but now you can get them with Ryzen 9 CPUs in them and Intel 12 450s or whatever they are. Chewing 80 watts. It's incredible. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those grey USB ports. Has anyone ever seen those grey USB ports? I know somebody mentioned in the comments that. Sorry, I'm going to adjust myself. Not adjust my physical body. Fascinating how companies can get pretty good exposure by just sending small channel review samples. Cost of the sample, yeah, I know. Smart companies don't waste money on AdSense. They just flood. They just they just search YouTube and they find all these small channels, and small channels will be very happy. Yeah, give me a $500 PC, please. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Yeah, it's fantastic. But at some point when you've got a channel, mine's a reasonably big channel, and of course all the test equipment companies want to send me stuff, and it's like, oh, how many bloody oscilloscopes can I get? It's like seriously, it gets to a point where it's like, I don't have time or the interest to review yet another oscilloscope, unless it's like, unless it changes, unless it's a game changer kind of thing, or if I just happen to have a personal interest in it. But yeah, there's only so many I can do. Like, yeah. Yeah, you can use a NUC for TV security cameras. Yeah. Okay, I'll contact B-Link and I'll tell them to send, because they're super keen to send me another one with an Intel in it. All right, and then I'll use that. I'll use it for my. I'll use it for Home Assistant. I'll use it to set up Home Assistant. Hang on, somebody's got an industry question. Could you make a video someday about electronic engineers' deliverable when designing a product, such as product design spec and some issues we can avoid during documentation? The answer is yes, but I'd have to think of a good way to deliver it. Get it? I'm here a week. To deliver that in a useful, generic way. Requires some thought. Sorry, I will change Australia's time zone. No problems whatsoever. Australia's it's not real anyway. Oh, nice, Kerry. You got a NDI. Wow, cool. No, I prefer having separate monitors because I have a specific need, because I have a specific recording need. Well, you can probably still do it, I guess, but I have a specific. I want a specific 1080p monitor because I do a screen capture of 1080p, and I want it to be pixel perfect. I don't want to have to scale shit, and I want it to be absolutely pixel perfect capture. And then I've got a 2K monitor, which is what I do my videos on, and occasionally I'll capture that, so I can capture in 2K. And then I've got a dedicated 4K monitor, so I've literally got 1080p, 2K, and 4K, because I can then capture the different screens in the different resolutions that I want for my native video. So I've got more requirements than your average just user with one big screen across. Maybe you could still do it, but I don't know. I don't think I've already made that video. Don't think so. Single-handedly cancelled Australia. Oh, the 747 sim. No, I haven't heard from them. I don't know if there's any update on that. 747 simulator. No, I don't think. The guy that hooked me up there, he wanted to do like a review on like encoders and stuff. He wanted to do like a explainer video on encoders, like a technical thing, which has technically nothing to do with the 747, but that's as far as a follow-up goes. Do you realize how infrequently, even in the good old days, how infrequently I posted design-related videos? Yes, I did do a Fundamentals Friday every week, but you know what the feedback on the Fundamentals Friday was and why I stopped it? Because the comments, like I uploaded Fundamentals Friday and there was never great video, enjoyed it, thanks. Or never, well, there were comments like that, but half the comments would be just flooded with, can you do this? 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 Like just constant, can you do this? It's like, no, bugger off. Bugger off. And I just got sick of doing it every week. And that's because that's all the feedback I got from it. Was that, can you do this? Everyone has their own specific little need. It's like, You were out at the opening ceremony, were you, Kerry? You were out. I would have been out at the opening ceremony too. What a load of garbage. Another industry question. Do companies care about patents when hiring? I have a few patents as an undergrad, not exactly electronics related, but will it help job and grad studies applying? Yes, absolutely. Put it on your resume. Front and center. Front and center on your resume. That will absolutely help. But when I first originally read the first sentence here, I thought, you care about patents in terms of like them like stealing your patents and wanting them and stuff like that. I've got an interesting story about that. When I joined Altium, right, they, you had to sign this agreement, non-disclosure agreement and everything, and in it was, and well, not sure if it was part of the NDA or some other thing, or maybe it was in the employment contract or something, that specified that, I kid you not, it specified that all existing designs you have done are now the property of Altium unless you list them all. I kid you not. This, and I don't know if that's legal or not, but it was in the employment contract. And I looked at this and I went, you've got to be shitting me. And any ideas you have are now the property of Altium, right? But they didn't say that. They said they're now the property of us unless you list them in an addendum. So I did this massive addendum. Every project I've ever worked on, every idea I've got, every idea I could potentially think of, it was like, I don't know, like 5 pages or something. It was enormous addendum. And then I handed it back into them and they went, what's this? And I went, it's an addendum of the list of projects. And they go, why are you giving us this? And I went, because the contract says that you own every single one of my designs or any one of my ideas unless I list them in the addendum. And they went, oh, so it does. No one's ever done that. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. So yeah, apparently no one at Altium had ever done an addendum before. They just went, employment contract, sign, or NDA, or whatever it is, sign away all your ideas. Not that I'm sure they had any intention of stealing them. Like the company never gave that vibe at all, right? It's just that the lawyers wrote it in there. And it was in there in very clear in English language. It wasn't in legalese. It was very clear. Is that they owned rights to all of your ideas and all of your projects, past and present. So yeah, so if you worked, did a project outside of Altium, then yeah, they would have rights to that. It's crazy. Anyway, so that was that was my patent. It was my Altium story. And has anyone else had that? Oh, the 8-bit guy did a solar panel video too, did he? Interesting. Okay. Yes, I know. He's got like 4 panels up there on his little outdoor shed thing, house, lab, studio thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some comments on my coding skills. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. Things like anything that's kind of, I guess, subjective. I guess whether or not. Well, I'll give some examples of things I found. Yeah, coding, even circuit design, PCB layout, soldering, right? Soldering, anything to do with mains or wiring anything to do with, when I ever get when I do anything to do with, my home stuff here and my switchboard and everything else, there's an electrician in there and say, this is wrong, this is wrong. And then I'll have 10 different electricians come in and all say it's wrong in a different way. And they'll all conflict each other. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. All your base belong to us. Yes. Yeah, Altium. All your base belong to us. All your bases belong to us. Oh, really? Same for the college, really? Yeah, but this was like previous stuff you've done. It wasn't just stuff that you do while you're employed by them. It was all previous stuff you've ever published, you've ever done, any thought of an idea you've ever had in your entire career, your entire life. It becomes their property. Oh man, it was so. I wonder if I could dig. I wonder if I have a copy of that somewhere. I can dig it out. But yeah, it was terrible, Muriel. And nobody bothered to even question it. I was the first one to even question it. Someone did an F-16 sim. Nice. 11-year-old daughter loves it. Nice. Pilot and neurologist. Oh, there's a winner, guys. Yeah, a lot of, nobody reads this shit. Nobody reads it. I went back to HR at Altium and I handed in my thing and they just had no clue. They had no clue what was in there. Altium, be right back. Launching 50 new products. Yeah, the first person to ever read the contract. Literally. Or people have read it and they just glazed over, their eyes just rolled over and yeah, whatever. Yeah, but it was very clear. It wasn't by insinuation or something. There was a whole section on it. It's nuts. Yeah, I was sitting there. I can remember, like, when I was doing the list, I was like just inventing shit like crazy. I was just inventing just all bizarre shit that I could possibly think of. And I was actually tentatively handing it back to them. Oh, have I thought of everything? There's something will come into my mind later. And it's like, but no, they never had any intention of taking that seriously. It's just a stupid legal clause. Oh, really? You work for a game company that had a similar sort of thing. Yeah. Yep. Really sucks ass. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Wendell. If people don't support a creator doing something, don't complain years later when they stop doing it anymore, because that's all the feedback I ever got on Fundamentals Friday was like, do this, do this, do this. It was just all the requests. No thanks for the content, nothing. Signed contract with similar wording but limitations like related to the project. Other than had the name of a different company. Yeah, that's been my experience until I went to Altium. It was always, related things. It was always something related to the company, except for oh god, what was their name? What was their name? I think I've told this story before. The guy who holds the world's most number of patents, the Aussie guy. Oh, what's the name of the company? my God, I can't remember now. I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to have to tell the story. Can't remember. Kia Silverbrook. That's right. Oh, God. Kia Silverbrook, Aussie guy, right? Silverbrook Research, right? So I'll tell you my Silverbrook Research story. Yeah, I'll tell you my Silverbrook Research story. I was working at, wasn't working there. I went to an interview at Silverbrook Research. Went for a job interview. I think there were 3. There were 2 interviews which I got through, and then I got to the 3rd one. I think it was with Kia Silverbrook's right-hand man. Because Kia's anyway, if you don't know, he was at one point the largest individual patent holder in the world, and because he just comes up with one idea, and then he's got a team of in-house patent attorneys that just patent 100 different ways to do the same thing. And so he ends up, and his name's on every one of the patents. So he ends up with, like, I don't know, you can go search, right? Go search for Kia Silverbrook and how many patents he's got. And it's crazy. It was this inkjet, memjet ink printing technology or whatever. That's what the company's famous for. And so I made it to the 3rd interview, and Kia Silverbrook's right-hand man interviewed every new person who worked there. All the engineers liked me, and they go, "Oh, we really liked it." And the engineers who liked me and wanted me were in this meeting too. So it was them and Kia Silverbrook's right-hand man. I can't remember his name. But anyway, it was very flat hierarchical structure. It was Kia Silverbrook, his right-hand man, and then everyone else, I think. Anyway, so he had to be interviewed by him. And he's just sitting there, and he goes, something along the lines of, because I had all the projects and stuff that I've done in my, all my personal projects and my website and everything. This is before the blog, of course, and all my magazine projects and everything else. And he says, he's looking at me and looking at my resume, looking up at me, and he didn't say anything. And then finally he said something along the lines of, "So you publish things?" And I went, "Yeah, something I enjoy doing." And he goes, and he just shakes his head like this. And he just kept shaking his head like he didn't, So I'm going, all right, I'll call his bluff, right? And I'll start talking, and I go, "Well, is there a problem with publishing stuff?" And he goes, something along the lines of, "Yes, there is." And I go, "Well, obviously I wouldn't publish anything that has anything related to the company or the stuff I'm working on." And he shakes his head again. And and I go, "Well, how is it?" And then I gave the example. Well, what if I wrote a cookbook, or wrote a guide to gardening, or something like that? Would that be okay? And he shook his head again. Nope. And I said, "No." And by this point, I knew I wasn't getting the job, right? I knew he was going to shit can me. And all the other engineers you can see that, I was watching the other engineers who wanted me and liked me, and they just went, "Oh no, not again." Like that was the look on their faces, like, "Oh, not again. Oh no, he's going to shit can him." So yes, I did get shit canned. Because this company was so paranoid that apparently they hid. They hid how many employees they had. They even hid how, I believe, I heard this story, is that they hid like how much milk they buy, like how much like stationery and consumables they buy, lest anyone, their competitors, figured out how many staff they had and stuff like that. Super secret organization, super paranoid. And it was nuts. It was nuts. So they weren't happy with me doing anything at all outside of the company. Like I couldn't even write a gardening book. I couldn't even publish a gardening blog. And I'm going through all these examples with him, and he's just going, no. Just, oh boy, it's like, thanks for your time. Yeah. Oh boy, yes. So they hired the most PhD people in the country. They if you had a PhD in anything related to any technology. They just sucked you up. But they eventually went, anyway, to end the story, they eventually went bust because I can't remember, was it Canon? I think it was Canon. There was a patent dispute over who owned the patents. And Kia's name was on all these thousands of patents. And I think they got bought. I can't remember. Did they get bought out by Canon or they had to? Anyway, Kia lost. There was a lawsuit, I think, and Canon sued for the patents or something like that, and they won. So I think all the patents went to Canon, and now Kia and Silverbrook's not on them anymore, or something like that. Something like that. So I can't even remember what happened to Silverbrook Research. I wonder if they're still going. I'll do a Silverbrook Research. They're still the first result is Kia Silverbrook dumps name as business gets thrashed in 2014. The Silverbrook name vanishes from the annals of history as famed Australian inventor makes a last-ditch switch to when research company blah 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 blah. Yeah, there's a Wikipedia page on Kia Silverbrook. There's a case study. There's a lawyer's case study. Silverbrook Research versus Lindley. Judge found that, the judge found that Silverbrook breached the service agreement when it failed to review the employees. No, that was something else. Former Sydney entrepreneur penalised. Genius or scoundrel? Patently, someone is wrong. That's in the Sydney Morning Herald. Sorry, you're not looking at all these things, but yeah, genius or scoundrel. That was 12 years ago. Oh, wow. Yeah, his goal was to have more patents than Thomas Edison, and he did that. Wow, yeah, they had $610 million in funding for their printing technology. Wow, that was, yeah. Wow. Anyway, I think it was Canon. Somebody won all their patents, I think. Won all of his patents. So, yep. Oopsie. All right, where's my tab? There it is. I'm back. Yeah, Kia Silverbrook. Dave Jones cookbook. It would be very brief description of how to operate a microwave oven. Yeah, you'd hate to work with a company with ideologies like that. Yeah, super secret. But apparently it was the duck's guts if you had a PhD. Like they only hired like PhD and master's students, and I don't have a PhD or master's, so I'm not sure why they were. But the hardware group liked me. The main, I think that like the main hardware manager who interviewed me really liked me, and then I came back for a second interview, and yeah, they really liked that I knew my stuff, and you know I was keen and everything else. I don't know, and yeah, they liked me, but nope, shit canned by Kia Silverbrook's right hand man. Yeah, patent trolling. Yeah. Yeah, holds about 10,000 US patents. Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know if he holds them anymore. Well, I don't know. Can you, like, I guess his name's still on it, but you can own the patent, but his name is still attributed to it, I guess. That's how it works. So, yeah. You have to sign a contract saying you can't start your own business using a smartphone app they used. Yeah, no problems. Thank you, Andy. Have a good flight. Your plane is ready for boarding. You're watching in the airport lounge. Andy's watching in the airport lounge. Have a good flight. I just saw an interesting video pop up on X today. Don't know who it was from. I don't know. Showed up in my random feed or whatever. And it was them closing. It was this Japanese airline, and the guy was, on the sky bridge thing, and he was shutting the door. He was shutting the door of the plane, and he was like, and it was all these shuts. It's got the big latches on the side or whatever. Like shuts the door, and then this window thing, and then he does all these hand gestures and everything else, like going over it like this, like he's doing a magic woo-woo thing on the door. It was really intricate kind of procedure with all these hands pointing and going like this. And then somebody actually replied, "Oh yeah, that's a Japanese method. Sorry, I don't remember the name of the method, but apparently it's a Japanese method." And they said it increases the lack of failures by 80% or something, or it decreases the failures by accidents due to missing a step or whatever. So apparently it's this method to do step-by-step thing. You do it visually with your hands like this, and you wipe them over, and then you do it again, and it helps you focus or something like that. And apparently it's a Japanese technique to help reduce you actually miss stuff. Point and call. I think it had another name. It might be point. Yes, I think it is pointing and calling. Yeah, I think it's pointing and calling. Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's a Japanese method. And yeah. Okay, look, I get this all the time. I've done videos on this. Please tell me, Habubaba, what is your idea of a legendary video? Because everyone's idea of a legendary video, I will wait for your reply. Please tell me what your idea of a legendary video is. And then we'll get others to comment, is that a legendary video idea? Because everyone subscribes to my channel for a different reason. I do, and I've gone through the list, 15 or 20 different types of video. I can't, and everyone might subscribe for 1 or 2 different types of video. I can't possibly do them all and keep everyone satisfied. Literally impossible. So please tell me, Hababua, what is your idea of a legendary video? Because I get this comment every day. I'm kind of being a bit hyperbolic there, but you know what I mean. I get it all the time. Oh, really? They point and mouth the Japanese train conductors in Japan. They do the cool thing. Point and mouth the checklist. Yeah. Pointing and calling. Yeah, very cool. The op-amp vid is one, I think you mean legendary video. Yeah, the op-amp just happens to be legendary. Why? I don't know. I've done like 7 op-amp videos. They're all not legendary. Some of them got lowish views. Other videos that I thought were way better than the op-amp video get naff all views. I guess every engineering student doesn't understand op-amps, and then they watch their instructor. I get this all the time. I have like university professors, and they all say, "Oh yeah, we watch your op-amp video." Gleaming 99 watches. Mailbags. Paul watches. Teardowns. Paul watches mailbags. Yeah, but that's the thing, Abukul. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Abuka Ala Rashid. A video that explains what we didn't understand. I never understood amp amps fully before your explanation. I thank you a lot for you taught us. Yeah. Well, I did that with every fundamental video. A lot of fundamental videos got bugger all views, and they got, not much feedback. And if there was feedback, it was all, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? I don't know which one's going to be popular. I have no clue. So yes, I can do fundamentals videos, and then it gets bugger all views. And then what am I supposed to think? The only thing I can think of is that, well, people don't like these type of videos anymore. I don't know. Like, he's replied. Here we go. He's replied. Legendary Dave Jones videos are well worked out, in-depth videos explaining electronics in your way. And don't say you have everything covered. There is tons of new stuff coming out every year. Really. Well worked out. Well worked out. Do you know how I did the op-amp video? The famous op-amp video? Do you think I planned that? No. I had a post-it note. I had like, I don't know, however many major key points, like 7, or maybe I had 2 post-it notes with 7 or 8 key points. I stood at the whiteboard. Well, I drew the thing first, and then I press record and something comes out. They're not well worked out. They're just, I press record and I start yapping, and some people are going to like it and some people aren't. It's just, they aren't well worked. My videos are not what, they're so far from well worked out. Every one of my videos is literally going, oh yeah, I'll do a video on that. I move the bench or I raise the whiteboard, I press record, and I start talking. That's it. I might have a couple of bullet points so that I don't forget a point or something. But that's it. That's my well worked out video. And then if I do in-depth videos, people complain they're too long. I can't win, dude. Seriously. And then I'll do videos exactly as you want, like this. They won't get many views. What am I supposed to think, right? That's the thing. It's impossible. I can't win. Others, like, because I have different styles. Each video is like almost shot in a, not quite in a different style, but someone like Great Scott, for example, has a formula. Something like Big Clive has a formula, and they stick 100% to that formula. So that's why they get a higher viewer to sub ratio than my channel, because I just do an eclectic mix of random stuff. Oh, family's home. Better wrap it up. Yeah, so yes, thank you. I will try, but just please understand where I'm coming from, is that that's how, that's how these things work. Hey, dude, you're back. Sagan's back.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a live show.
Oh.
So unless you want people to see you, don't step in front.
Yeah, you get a wooden sword I made.
What? You made a sword?
Yes, in tech.
Oh, cool.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Ah, all right. Great. Making swords in wood tech. It's cool. Terrific. Thank you. Uxkin. Entertaining, educational, meant from very technical things, ability to understand, learn your waste from business. Things in the bin room. Cool. We need a PhD. Sagan is now currently crawling, and my mouse has just died. My moose is dead. Don't you hate it when you have a dead moose? You have a PhD dissertation in every video, peer-reviewed, filed in triplicate. Yeah, it's so yeah, didn't realize it was a competition. That's all I do. I just keep making videos that interest me, and whether or not people, I don't look at the stats anymore. I really don't. It's not that, So I don't try and go viral or do stuff. I just make it, and it's as long as it is. I am conscious of people's time, so I do a multi-pass editing process usually to try and get it down. But I hate taking out content. I hate taking it out because I know if my rule is, if I think one person's going to find that bit of info useful, I leave it in the video. Which means most of the things I shoot end up in the video. There's very few repeating stuff. I take it all the ums and ahs, but it only gains you. In a 30-minute video, I might be able to squeeze out 1 or 2 minutes by going through and really aggressively editing ums and ahs and pauses and stuff like that. It doesn't really gain you a huge amount. So, yep. Pivot to AI Dave videos. Yeah, I'll trade the AI. I sort of gave up. I tested out some of the Dave voice AI ones. I've done a few second channel videos on that, but I haven't done one in a long time. Thanks, Benjamin. Right. So I need to take magnesium citrate. 833 milligrams. That's very specific. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks, everyone. Better get going. Yes, I do understand that, which is why I still do them occasionally. I don't have a regular schedule for them. Yep. Yeah, use 2 times speed. I don't watch practically any YouTube video at times 1 speed. I'm at least 1.25, at least. Maybe like for a really fast talker, I'll keep it at 1.25. Or if I just want to chill out, I'll leave it at 1.25. Very occasionally, I might, if I'm really, really ultra chilled out, I might do times 1 or something, Like, if I'm working outside or something, I'm, constructing something outside, doing something like that, and I just want to put some, phones. I might leave it on times 1, but otherwise I don't often do times 2, but 1.5 is very common. Yeah. So anyway, I better go. I might go have a long hot bath, I think. That's the ticket, laddie. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Okay. Oh, yeah. So if you don't see much content in the next week, you'll know why. Yep. Dave Kamagutsa at the gym, and it's just I had to come home early today. Wasn't great. Yep, really, especially when I got to get up for, stand at the bench and then go back and like check something on the computer, check a data sheet, or do whatever, and then go back, and it's like I can't do it. Can't do it, especially with all the crap on the floor. I'm stepping over stuff, and I'm going to kill myself stepping over the stuff. And then I can't actually do the cleanup because I can't bend over properly to and lift to try and actually clean stuff up. So I'm stuck. I can't do anything. It's a bummer. Anyway, all right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for all the good wishes. Catch you next time.